To obtain the value of the variables that will satisfy this simultaneous linear equation involving two variables, using the substitution method, we proceed as follows. First of all, we have to make one of the variables, either x or y, the subject of formula using either equation 1 or equation 2. If, for example, we decide to make x the subject of formula using equation 1, we then have that from 1, 4x is the same thing as 11 plus 3y. That is when we must have added 3y to both sides of the equation. And when we then divide this equation using the coefficient of x, which is 4, we then have that our x is the same thing as 11 plus 3y all divided by 4. Now let us call this our equation 3. The next step is to now substitute equation 3 in equation 2. Because we have made any sort of formula in equation 1, we then replace the value of x in equation 2 using what we have obtained. That is that from 2 now we have 2. So instead of this x, I will replace it with 11 plus 3y all divided by 4. I also have plus 5y. All this will be the same thing as 25. Now, for me to eliminate this 4 that is at the denominator level, I will multiply this equation using the constant 2. That is to say, I will multiply both sides using the constant 2, and we will have 3y all divided by 4. I will have plus 5y. All this will be the same thing as 25 multiplied by 2. Now, this will then reduce to 2 times 2 is 4. Then 4 will cancel 4. And now we have 11 plus 3y. Then plus 2 will multiply 5y to give us 10y. All this will be the same thing as 25 times 2, which is 50. Now, by collection of like terms, this will then imply that 3y plus 10y is 13y. To be the same thing as, we will then subtract 11 from both sides of the equation to get 50 minus 11. Now, this is the same thing as 39. At this junction, we then divide both sides of this equation using the coefficient of y, which is 13. And this will then imply that our y is the same thing as 39 divided by 13, which is the same thing as 3. Remember that our s is the same thing as 11 plus 3y all divided by 4. This will then give us 11 plus 3 multiplied by 3, because our y is now 3 all divided by 4. Now, 11 plus 3 times 3 is 9. 11 plus 9 is 20. And 20 divided by 4 is 5. Therefore, our s is equals to 5. And then our y is equals to 3. Bye.